talking about in this video is multiplying monomials. This is basically like a continuation of the previous section where we was talking about how to add and subtract monomials. Excuse me. Damn, I got that anyway. I hope I don't do that throughout the whole video, man. But this is a continuation of adding and subtracting monomials. We're dealing with monomials right now. So what we're gonna be talking about is how to multiply and divide monomials together. So let's start with an example, and we'll just kind of rock out like that. Let's say we had something like 2x cubed times 6x squared. Excuse me. So when you're multiplying monomials, you want to start off the same way that you do when you are adding and subtracting. You want to look for the letters that are the same. So thank God in this one it's only one letter. We just got this X right here, these X's. So that's what we're gonna look at first. So now that we kind of identified them, we're gonna look at the number that's in front of both of these X's. Oh shit, man. We're gonna look at the number that's in front of these X's, which is 2 and 6. And we're gonna multiply those numbers together. 2 and 6 is 12. So now that we multiplied that together, now we're gonna look back at the letter. And we're just gonna put that right beside it because that's not going nowhere. So we got 12x. And so when you're multiplying monomials, you wanna just keep in mind the rule for multiplying exponents. There should be a video. Damn, boy. I'm gonna get blown to keep yawning. But it might be a video on how to multiply exponents on the channel. I gotta check. But when you're multiplying exponents, you just add the exponents together as long as they got the same letter. And again, so we got x to the third and x squared. So they got the same letter, it's both x. So all we gotta do is just add these two together. And this is our answer right here. So 12x cubed times 6x squared is gonna be 12x to the fifth. We're gonna run through a couple more examples, you know what I'm saying, just to, massage it in a little bit. Let's say we had another one, something like this. Y times 3x times, excuse me, so we got 4y squared times 3x times 5y. So again, the first thing that we're gonna look at is the letters. We're gonna try to find letters that are the same, because that's gonna, that's just kind of the routine that we want to get into. So in this problem, we got two letters. We got one X and we got two Y's. So we're gonna focus on the letter Y for right now. So we focusing on the letter Y. So let's look at the number that's in front of both of these Y's. So we got a 5 and we got a number 4. We're gonna multiply them two together. 5 times 4 is 20. So now that we took care of them, now we're gonna focus on the letter now. The letter Y is not gonna change, so we're just gonna put that right next to the 20. Excuse me. I wanna emphasize something real quick about this 5Y. Whenever you got something like this, some letters look like they don't got exponents. But I wanna let you know that any letter that doesn't have an exponent has an exponent of 1. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but the thing is, when you're in science and math, basically everybody kind of already know that 1 is there. So what you see on your exams and stuff like that, a lot of times folk just erase it because everybody kind of know that it's already there. But if you don't know, then it's kind of confusing. So I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna put these up here just so we can keep up with the arithmetic. And the same thing goes for this right here. We got a 3 and we got an X. But just like this, any letter that's just by itself, it looks like it don't got an exponent, but it does have an exponent of 1. Just remember to keep that in mind while you're doing algebra, monomials, binomials, and so forth. But anyway, let's go ahead and finish this. So we got, so we put y right there because that's not going to change. And so now all we got to do is add the exponents together. So we got 2 and we got 1. And so that's going to be 3. And so we done with all of the y's. We done with both of these y's. So now we just going to focus on this 3x to the first. And because there's no other x's in this whole number 2 problem, we just leave that as it is. And so this is going to be the answer. 4y squared times 3x to the first times 5y to the first is going to be 20y cubed times 3x to the first. Now that's a mouthful, but the more we do it, the more you do it, the more kind of, the more simple it becomes. Let's do something like this. Let's say we got z to the 5th divided by z cubed. Now, in this problem, we're dividing monomials. And let me point out something else as well. So we know that they got an exponent up here, but there's another kind of invisible number. Both of these, and anytime you see a variable, again, kind of like last time. So let's say we got just a naked letter. I just told you that if it's just a letter by itself, it look like it don't got an exponent. But that's just because folks in the club already know, the science and math club, we already know that it's a 1 right there. So a lot of times we just leave the 1 off. But if you don't know, then it's confusing. So I'm gonna put the exponent right here. But it's also another invisible number that we kind of just, and if you in the club, then you just already know that it's there. And that's a 1. It also has a 1 in front of it too. This is gonna be crucial the more complex your arithmetic gets. So you just wanna, I'm gonna put this right here just so we can kind of keep up with the arithmetic. So we got 1z to the 5th divided by 1z to the 3rd. So when you're dividing monomials, it's the same rule as when you're dividing exponents. You just subtract the bottom from the top exponent. So we got 1z, and 5 minus 3 is 2. And so this is going to be our answer. Z to the 5th divided by z to the 3rd is z squared. You don't got to say the 1 every time. But just remember that it's there. Excuse me. Let's do another couple more examples. Number 4. Which one we gonna do, man? Let's do this. We'll do it like this. So we got a cubed times y. But remember, it's a 1 right here. It's a 1 right here too. A cubed times y to the 1st divided by a squared times y to the 1st. So again, we just gonna focus on the numbers and the variables that's the same. So let's focus on these a's right here. So again, we already know. So we just gonna because these a's are the same and we're dividing, we just gonna subtract the bottom a from the top a. So 3 minus 2 is just gonna leave a to the 1st. And y1 minus y1 is just gonna be 0. It's just gonna be y to the 0, which is 0. So the answer for this problem is just a to the 1st. And again, if you're confused, you know what I'm saying, just the more you do go through the arithmetic, the easier, the easier this type of stuff get. Let's do another one. Let's do. What one we gonna do, man? Let's say we had something like this. Same kind of situation in number 3. We got 2 different variables. We got X and we got the letter B. We got two different letters. We got X and B. So let's focus on the 2 X's for right now. So let's look at the number that's in front of both of these X's. We got a 7 and we got a 3. So we multiply them 2 together. 7 times 3 is 21. And the X is not going nowhere, so we're gonna put that right beside the 21. Now, because we multiplying monomials, exponents, all we got to do with these x's is just add the 2 exponents together, which is 2 plus 3 is gonna be 5, and that's y'all can read that. But so that's all of the x's. We through with the x's with this problem, and again, because there's no other b's. There's no other letter B's in this problem. We just gonna keep this 2B as it is, because we can't really combine it with nothing. And this is gonna be the answer right here. 21x to the 5th times 2B. 2B. Now let me stop. All right, let's do, probably do maybe 1 or 2 more problems. Just to, you know what I'm saying, drive the point home. Number 6, let's do 5C times 2A times 2C to the 3rd times 4A squared. So, again, same process as usual. Let's start with the letters that's the same. So we got 2 letters in this problem. We got 2 C's and we got 2 A's. Let's start with the C's. So we're gonna look at the number that's in front of both of these C's. We got 5 and we got 2. So we multiply them together. 5 times 2 is gonna be 10. All right, so now that we dealt with them numbers, we're gonna put the C right next to the 10 because that C is not going nowhere. Now that we got the C, all we gotta do is add the exponents for both of the C's. And remember, it's a 1 for an exponent for this one. So we got 1 plus 3, which is gonna be 4. 10C to the 4th. And that's everything for the C's. We don't gotta think about that no more. So now let's move on to the letter A. We got 2 A's in this problem, so we got something that we can kind of work with. So again, same as usual, we're gonna look at the number that's in front of both of the letter A's. We got 2 and we got 4. So we're gonna multiply them together. 2 times 4 is gonna be 8. And we're gonna put the A right next to it because that's not going nowhere. Excuse me. And now the only thing that we gotta do for the letter A is add the exponents together. And again, it's a 1 for an exponent right there. So we got 1 for an exponent and we got 2 for another exponent. 1 plus 2 is gonna give us 3. And that's everything for the A's. So the final answer is gonna be 10C to the 4th times 8A cubed.